Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Nowhere Profit, where I'm looking at the daily challenge here. My plan was we were going to try another daily challenge, but I'm looking at the modifiers. Followers destroyed in combat are permanently lost even if they're not wounded, and scrapping a card only regains you 1 energy instead of, giving you another card. And while there are certainly situations where that's going to be cool, I don't think there's any universe in which we are successful at this. So I think maybe for today we're going to start a normal campaign game as the Banshee with the explorers, and we're gonna check out the daily tomorrow. Maybe those modifiers seem extremely difficult. We could bump the difficulty back down to chosen and try them on that, but that feels like a step in the wrong direction. I think we're just gonna try a normal game under these circumstances. So continue to earn scholar points, continue to visit places. Dismantling an item now gives us 25% of its value in batteries. That's cool. Are we going to be able to beat a normal campaign on burdened difficulty? I don't know. Probably not. My guess is probably not. We're going to keep powering up, though. We're going to keep trying. So, we know what the basic setup is here. Do we want to go for those trade resources? They are way out of our way. And if we went this way, we could get some food instead. Yeah, I think I want to go for the food. I'm looking at this and routing it. We could, I suppose, go up like this, do the fight, and then circle back around, like take the rest right after the fight. Maybe that's a good idea. That's going to be a lot of food overall, but we very often get food from fighting. You know what? Let's try that. Maybe that's a little bit ambitious, but we will see if it is a huge, foolish error. The Rajguard, manning a tower. Hey, guys, listen, we're just travelers. And then we refuse to hand over the bounty batteries, and then we fight them. Maybe if I tell... I'm concerned that if we just told them we'll shoot first, they would, shoot me first in response to me saying that. This is an alright hand. I think I'm going to throw back the Crashjacker. Okay. And this is... we could get these batteries, right? So we definitely want to do that. Let's start by throwing out a Raider. Right? Just represent some damage here. Let us be intimidating and see what they have to say about it. Yes, I did just miss the end turn button. Okay. Why would you do that? I guess that effectively closes this entire row off. Yeah, alright, that's not that weird of a decision, I guess. It's a little inconvenient. Because we could, heavy slug it, I suppose. It's a little bit of card disadvantage, but we do so much damage that it might be fine. We could also just, smash the enemy for 4, play our Devoted Guard, and accept that trade instead of the trade for the 4/3. A wounded Devoted Guard's pretty bad, though. Am I allowed to just attack this straight up? Okay, yeah. I think I'm going to do that. Let's get the batteries. And I think my plan will be Union Sapper plus Bolster. We'll see if that works. I think there's a non-zero chance this just gets our Union Sapper killed. I didn't want to play him, if they want to trade Raiders, I will trade Raiders. I think the Raider totally works as a 4/2. It is absolutely an acceptable card. So I'm not too broken up about the wound. And then we're going to take a rest soon anyway, right? Okay, Shrapnel Trap seems like pretty bad news. Ooh. It did seem like pretty bad news. That is not a unit or obstacle. Damn it. Okay, it can only do it once. We could just beam this row. Maybe we eat this guy, beam that row, and then just play Worker? It's pretty low development turn. Maybe I don't bother attacking this guy, I just go to your face. Because that gives my leader the armor anyway. Then we beam this row. And then we throw down the Worker, over here. He can destroy this rock next turn, and then he has the freedom to attack from behind cover. What an incredible move. Do I want to cycle out one of these guys? I'm probably not going to be playing the Devoted Guard at this point, right? Well, I guess you know what? I'm not going to scrap. Okay, works out just fine. That's a problem, though. That's a heavy slug type problem. And we are just a little bit short of lethal, right? Nope, never mind, we're good. Yeah, because we heavy slug. No, wait, yeah, we're fine. Heavy slug, beam. And then dome you. Okay. Ooh, that's a promising start. Turns out fighting is often pretty good. That's a huge amount of food. Let's see what's up at this farm. Maybe we can buy some stuff. Some interesting stuff. What have you? You have a signal relay. When a token follower joins your side, a copy of that follower joins your side. That's pretty cool. And getting it this early on would mean that we have time to try to build toward it. You know, find cards that produce tokens. The only other things we could buy are like hope and food, which we probably don't need so much at this moment. We could dismantle it into a drone card if it turns out that we can't find a place for it. And if we did dismantle it, we would get we'd get 7 batteries or 8, depending on how it rounds. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna buy it. I think that there's at least a possibility that it will be neat. And I'm not gonna buy these natural dyes. I think we'll just have some batteries. You know, some walking around money. Do I want to pull the Wounded Raider out of the deck? Nah, I think honestly, like a 2-cost 4/2 is pretty good. That's an okay card. Journey was abruptly halted by, you know, murderers. I didn't even equip my new thing. I mean, it wouldn't have done anything in this battle anyway, so I guess whatever. But I should I should definitely have done that. I think I'm okay with these actually. Like we go Explorer now, and then we have Devoted Guard bolster, or you know, we have options. And the Machine Guard seems good. So let's just play the Sniper here in sniping position and see what's what. That's altruism points. Those we can have. It's believer points we can't have. That's a relatively smart move. Alright. Well, how do we want to do this? We could play the Devoted Guard and bolster him, and then just make them trade the 2-for-2. Now, actually, what we do is... Oh, no, I can't do that. That guy's stealthy. If I use Hide to replay a guy, does it clear his damage when I put him back in my hand? I realize I'm not actually sure. Because that could be a way to do this. We could even bolster this guy, eat their 3/2, hide him and replay him, but I think that feels a little bit bad in the sense that we would effectively waste the bolster, because I think his stats would reset. Maybe. I guess we need to play with this hide a little bit to get a good grasp of like its actual value. So let's do that now. Let's just mess around with it. So what exactly happens to him when I put him back in hand? Does he reset completely? He does. Honestly, that's not terrible, right? We'll just play him in a back row slot over here, and he's ready to fight some guys. And then, do we want to cycle out the Brain Train? It's great, but it's not great right now. I think I'm going to do that. So now we know being returned to hand resets your state. I think it's important to like experiment with stuff like that, because that's definitely not the case in all games of this type. Like in Hex, for example, modifications that you make to a card are permanent. Even if the card ends up back in your deck or something, when you draw it later, it will have the new traits, which is important for enabling certain kinds of mechanics. I think we're gonna scrap the Blackout. Okay, Beam's an interesting draw. I sure wish we had 6 energy crystals this turn. So we could just play the dozer in front of our sniper. Have the sniper go to the enemy's face, and then if they want to 2-for-1 me on the dozer, they can. But that means they can spend all 3 of their guys to get rid of both of our guys. They get to reset the board while also getting to play something immediately afterward. But we actually don't have a better play, right? I can... Yeah, we don't have a better play. Because of the fact that we have 5 energy instead of 6, we don't really have any other moves. Alright, I'm going to do this. And one of those. And we're just going to let them take the 3-for-2 if they want it, I guess. Ooh, or they're going to do better than that. Or they're really, really not? Okay, weird move. Interesting. Wrong and also interesting. Well... that guy's a 4-5... we don't have a way of killing him this turn, right? But we can... try to figure this out. We can play, like, deplete plus beam. Or we could play deplete or beam plus mendicant. What's the smart move here? I probably want to deplete the 4-5. Then we beam the 3-2 and their dude. We like move the sniper behind the rock. Hold on a second. What is this guy? Oh, the unit or obstacle in the last tile of the opposing row. So if we bounce this guy and play our sniper behind the rock, he's just gonna play this back down and swap them again. We don't have any way of attacking with both of our guys. Because all of their pull and all of their push and pull shenanigans have been very effective. Maybe what we do is we scrap the bolster looking for another answer. Which we find. Yeah, that's a win, right? Because now we just go beam, beam, and dome you. There we go. We don't get our points, but I'll take it. I'll take a victory. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. That's what we'll equip for now. We'll hold on to our signal thing, but obviously we don't. We don't get a lot. Oh no, sorry, this is in the weapon slot. Yeah, absolutely. And then signal relay. Okay. And we are going to be on the lookout for cards that generate tokens. Let's go camp. I could use a rest, personally. Himani informed us they'd heard of this place. My mother told me about it. Before the crash, the elders studied plants and agriculture. We don't this time have the expertise to trade or to offer. We don't have the expertise to offer any expertise, but we can just buy food from them at a really, really good exchange rate, like phenomenal. All right, that makes me feel less bad about doing this, food-wise. And then trade goods. Some stuff that's worth some batteries. We arrived at the shores of a scenic lake with crystal clear waters. The lush forest surrounding it seemed like a good opportunity to forage. I am down with forage. Alright, well worth the time we spent doing it. And HoloSense. Okay, not just a luxury, but a pretty good luxury. I gotta say, so far, this has gone pretty well, except for the thing where I took 11 damage in that battle. Alright. Teach me something here. Sorry, first let me visit the market and sell this garbage. And then the Wrangler vest is... It's only 13 batteries? Hold on. Let me go see what the teacher is talking about here. So we could learn a card and still buy that thing. That won't leave us enough batteries to level up when we get to our level up. which is what we would need to be able to equip a second piece of gear anyway. I want to know your cards, stranger. Show me something weird. Start of your turn, if you have at least 1 armor, lose 1 armor and deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. And it has taunt. That's very interesting. Refresh target friendly follower. When a friendly follower is healed, the follower is refreshed. What interesting cards. It feels like Porcupine Piranha's great for us, right? We have so many ways of generating armor. Also, it's a thing that has 5 toughness and taunt. So you could play it behind some rocks and let it just do porcupine stuff, or you could have it divert attention from the sniper. That just seems very, very good. And then we'll also buy this, and we will equip that right now. Right? I want to do this at this screen, yep. We'll equip that right now, and then once we can equip both, we equip both, and if we get Scent of Power triggered, then we get 2 beasts. I mean, it's not awesome. Yeah, it's not awesome, the amount of effort necessary to get a second 2-1. But it's a combo. You can't say it's not a combo. You could say it's a garbage combo. I'd be willing to hear that. But not that it literally isn't one. Next to our camp, we found some shallow caves where edible mushrooms were growing on the colorful mineral walls. There were some impressive blue specimens growing on the ceiling, but we weren't sure if they were edible. Well, we don't really need the food, but also, I'm curious. We collected them all, even the blue ones. A large crate of food is added to our supplies. I bet that we've not seen the last of that event. Path ahead was blocked by a barricade made from wagons. A Shiram missionary was about to speak when one of her escorts pointed to one of the rusters among our convoy. Demon machine. Do we have rusters among our convoy? I don't... Wait, do we? Who in the convoy's a ruster? A ruster was... Oh, you're a drone. Yep, okay, fair enough. I forgot. At the start of your turn, deal 4 damage to the enemy leader. We got him, apparently. This is a very slow start. Let's drop you, and honestly, just show me 3 new cards. Okay. That's believer points. That we actually can't benefit from. Well, let's play our Blessed Sapper, I think. Yeah, pretty okay. Do we want to cycle out the Devoted Guard, probably? Well, that's not a better card. You monster! So we just take the kill, right? Yeah, I don't think it's worth messing around trying to feed anybody else the blessing. I could have played that differently to get the blessing on the taunt guy, I guess, but I was preparing for a worse situation than we ended up entering there. A light drizzle started and coated the world with its fresh smell. Pleasant. Okay, so we have 137 food and 34 hope. I think we probably want to, like, double back. Let's see if we can get nice and powerful before we leave this first map, right? Huge cloud of dust was heading towards us. Even from a long way off, we could spot a very large caravan with heavy wagons and a small army of guards. As they came closer, we saw the emblazoned banners of the Miners' Union, their soldiers clad in the uniforms of the Fist, and armed with ancient yet deadly pre-crash weapons. Moved our wagons to the side in order to let them pass. There was no need to give them any cause for offense. Okay, they were bringing by precious substances that we do not get an opportunity to try to steal from them, for some reason. Even though I probably wouldn't have. There's a good chance I wouldn't have. So do we have anything here? We do not. Not a single card that can create a token. I would have been willing to sell a luxury, to pick one up if there had been one. Do we want to buy Phalanx? Ooh, or maybe even Company Agent. These guys are both actually pretty powerful. What is the sell value of our luxuries? Oh, what do these do? That's interesting. The way that's worded, I'm assuming it doesn't work if you just play somebody into the first column. So you have to play them elsewhere, then spend a turn moving up. Interesting, but maybe not so good. So they both sell for 11, which means that if we sold one of them, we could buy both of these guys. Or we could just buy the Guerrilla Fighter, because obviously destroy a random enemy unit with Taunt is pretty powerful some of the time. We already have a fair number of big-ish dudes, right? Well, no, not really. I think I want that phalanx. Alright, let's sell them the tea. Healing Warmth is cool, but Hallucense is like so powerful. And we will purchase ourselves a phalanx. And then I think we pick up the company agent as well. Yeah, okay. Nothing else to do here. Let's go get in a big fight. Are the new guys in the deck already there or not? Let's throw them in there. Actually, do I want to... I maybe want to, like, scoop some stuff out of the deck. Like, we probably don't need both the Scavenger Savants. And I'll pull a Crashjacker as well. I want to pull... I really don't like Crashjacker very much. I think there's enough difference between a 4-cost 5/4 and a 3-cost 4/3 that I think Raider is fine and Crashjacker is just on the other side of not good. There are too many cards that have 4 power. He's so likely to trade with something that's like not very good on the enemy side of the table, and it's just not good enough for me to spend 4 energy on. Maybe I'm being silly. I don't know. We were just setting up camp when a small group of monks approached our perimeter with heavily burdened pack animals. Okay, they want to hang out? Sure, invite them in. We have plenty. In general. Sure, I'll take... So if we decline this... shoot, we definitely did decline this last time, and I don't remember what that got us. I assume, like, some altruist points or something. I'll accept their batteries, though. I'm all about batteries right now. A large fortress blocked our path. This was a sturdy structure, constructed out of ochre mud bricks. Its heavy scrap metal gate cut off the road. Let's, we approach openly, they're probably just gonna kill us. Or they're probably just gonna shoot at us, right? So we can start the battle as a battle. I'm kind of curious what our options will be here. Okay, that's right. We can appeal to them if we have enough altruist. I'm just gonna attack. I'm not gonna plead, because we all know how this is gonna end. Don't think I want to start with Riot. Blockade's a good card, but I don't think I want it right now. Alright, so they have some altruist points available, and this thing blows up for 2 damage. Yeah, 2 damage to neighboring targets. Okay. Is it Devoted Guard, or is it Raider plus Bolster? I'm gonna go Devoted Guard here. Okay, Stranger's not a big deal. It's a shame that they didn't play the Scout and the Stranger in the same row. It's almost like they don't even want me to win. How do we deal with that? Obviously, we just beam one of them. It doesn't actually matter who. If I beam this guy, then bolster that guy, and just go to the face, all they can do is burn their guy out against me. And this puts him in a fairly rough position. Maybe I should just go for... No. I wanna put him on Be Scared health. And we're probably not gonna need Machine Guard here. Okay. Slave Gladiator's a little scary. I was gonna say, boy, I sure hope we draw some damage. Let's cycle this out. Okay, the Porcupine Prana is definitely interesting. At the start of my turn, it converts armor into damage. So, It's not actually useful right now. We could play the Scavenger Savant. He gets 1 for 1, right? Because they run the 5-1 into him and then they kill him for free with the Slave Gladiator. But that's not so bad. Actually, the Keeper's kind of a huge problem for them right now. Let's play this Keeper. Taunt and Barrier is a good combination, given the table as it stands now. They're going to play a bunch of stuff and make this feel terrible, I'm sure. Yep. Honestly, that's an okay trade, though. They don't even pierce the armor. And then, I think... They have a 5-6 that we have no answer to. Except we can play a Scavenger Savant with Bolster. And then they trade their... They run their 5-6 into it, and then they kill it with the 2-2. I think that's okay, though? It doesn't... Nah, I don't think that's okay. I'm going to scrap this Riot. Show me something good. Light Blast is alright. So we play Light Blast. That guy's a real problem, right? Then we play... Porcupine Prana Worker. I mean, we're not going to have any... But because this isn't a unit, it doesn't get wounded, right? Like, if I play the Porcupine Prana, does it just absorb his attack at, like, 0 cost to us? I guess let's find out. Let's find out if these things can actually just be destroyed. We're going to play this, and then we totally are going to play Worker as well. Okay, it's a big card. Now, I was about to say, but he's at least going to run out of momentum eventually. Alright, so we have Heavy Slug. They don't have 4 or more units, which is a real shame. If we play a Scavenger Savant and bolster it, he can't kill it with any one of his guys alone. I think that's maybe where I'm at. And do we just leave the Worker in the open? Do we play the Scavenger Savant in front of it? Well, either way, let's do this. We know this is happening. I guess if I play Scavenger Savant and bolster it, there's a pretty good chance that he just hits me in the face for 14 damage. I can use my Entrench, though. The other option is, like... I really don't want to play Blockade. I think Blockade's, like, super bad in this situation. Maybe what we do is scrap the Raider and look for something a little bit more meaningful. No, I'm just gonna... We're just gonna do it. I'm gonna let them attack the Worker if they want to spend somebody attacking the Worker. We're gonna do this, and I'm gonna Entrench. Alright, if they want to go to my face, they can go to my face, but I've got lethal on the table, so they gotta do something here. So they trade 2 for 1, get me for quite a bit. You know what would be super funny? Is if we drew a beam or something. I'm gonna cycle out the hide. Okay. So we win with this guy. It is a shame that we don't have the opportunity to kill that. But I don't think it's worth giving him another turn to get it, so. And we really did need every point of damage on him that we could get here. Alright, we took on some dudes. The Cast Overseer's fun. Yo, the Cast Overseer's great, actually. Slave Gladiator, totally good. Loyalist, also totally good. Yeah, those are fine people. We have liberated them. The gate was broken, and the defenders too. Alright, we're being watched, but we move on. I think that went alright. Our trek happened upon a curious sight. Directly next to the road and nestled into a small crater was a fortified metal door flanked by gun slits. The voice tells us to stop when we come closer. I obey. A group of heavily armed blue devils comes out. I don't really do search for contraband. I refuse. Let's fight. Who do we want to pull out of the deck? Do we want to keep all these injured guys in? Probably not you. Injured keeper is probably still fine. I think I'm gonna keep him on. I definitely want to play the cast overseer, but not till he's not wounded anymore. And I think that's true of the other guys we picked up as well. Yeah. I think this is fine. Phalanx, you are not the thing right now. This raider totally might get played. Let's do this. So there's a battery thing, and there's some altruist points over here, but they're well hidden. Let's start with this. I think this is a pretty obviously good play. And then, do I want to cycle out the Keeper? We have Light Blast plus Raider potentially next turn, so I want to hold the Raider. I think I'm going to not cycle anything this turn. We'll just hold for now. You know what I miss is energy reload. So if I black out our guy, he becomes 4/3 but not a sniper. It's pretty bad. So we probably want to scrap something here. We could just play the Keeper, and that's a pretty bad position for them to be in. They just hit their guy for 2. I think that's fine. Let's play the Keeper, and then, do we want to scrap? I'm going to scrap the Blackout, probably. Okay, we found that brain drain again. Okay, so they trade the 2 for 1, and we lose our guy permanently. That's okay. Oh, that... Right, we only have 2 damage. Okay, so Light Blast plus Beam kills their board, leaving us with nothing. But I take the 2 for 2 and get 2 more damage in. I'll take it. That's fine. Alright, now we can try to find an opportunity to kill this thing, but if not, we have lethal. If it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get there. And yeah, the Porcupine Piranha, as not a unit, just, like, survives. That's actually great. Alright, how much are we willing to spend trying to make this altruism point thing happen? Porcupine Piranha's pretty good. So that's going to absorb 2 of them. We have a fair amount of armor. I think I'm going to bolster our sniper. Instead of playing the Union Sapper? Yeah, because the Union Sapper just dies if we play her, right? Even if we play her behind this thing. We're going to go to this rock. I'm gonna try to make this happen. Then we just armor up. And we'll get 2 of their cards. Oh, you spiteful coward. Alright, that's incredibly annoying. They still don't get through my armor, but now I can't kill that dude next turn. Let's... Does Brain Drain work on... Oh, yeah, I could just Brain Drain him. Okay. Boy, Brain Drain's a pretty good card. What a deeply shitty, spiteful thing for the computer to do, to destroy the box. Alright. Now is a good time to get compensated for the damage they had caused. There are traders in here affiliated with the lepers. I'm just going to trade... We're not going to rob them. I'm going to buy... We don't really need more equipment. We have our equipment slots are spoken for. So we don't need food. I'm going to buy valuables. Okay, that really worked out well. Anxiously handed over entire bags of their wares. Hey, listen, we paid them. Everything was above board about that. Also, food. There's an outbreak of fever among the followers. Some suffered from high temperatures and muscle spasms. So we lost... Okay, 2 people who are already wounded who are not, forgive me for saying, not totally critical to the mission. This is from those blasted mushrooms. I told you that wasn't going to be the end of that. Why would we quarantine the sick? It's from the mushrooms. Just keep moving. Just stop eating the mushrooms. That'll solve the problem right there. Time to pay for using our roads. Absolutely not. Pay or turn around. No, we're gonna kill you. Okay. So, devoted guard, useless. Wounded worker's fine. Honestly, maybe the worker just shouldn't be on our deck. The problem, he's fine as a 1 or 0 cost guy, but he's just like, he's so hard to justify as a guy who costs a card slot. And then we do have to be wary of running out of cards, right? I'm going to throw this Savant back in there. Probably the battle won't be long enough for that to be a real issue. Also, we have levels stored up. We gotta hope we get some batteries off of these dudes. Okay, this is a good battle for our worker swarm. Don't think we want either of you just yet. Alright, it's a very expensive deck is the core problem. I think I'm gonna scrap this dude. Okay, that's better-ish. Oh, I was really hoping they were just going to play something in front of him. Okay, that's maybe enough cards out of you. Really, like, phenomenal advantage for us, though. Alright, well, it feels to me like this dude's in a lot of trouble. A guy with taunt is pretty okay. Obviously, killing him is not a big problem for me. Do we want to... Because we could scrap the bolster, looking for anything that deals damage at all, and then just beam plus whatever, plus attack. But I think I'm fine playing the bolster, just killing him with damage, and then playing the sniper. This is only going to deal 2 damage to the sniper. Maybe I just beam here to get rid of that and, Actually, how does this work? Triggered when the unit is played onto the battlefield. I'm not sure what the order of these effects is going to be. Is he going to get wounded before his Fury thing triggers? Let's find out. This is probably a time that is worth spending some resources to do a little bit of figuring. No. It does not work the way I want it to. I guess we can probably just... Okay. But if they end up, you know, finding a way to damage him out, it's fine. He fights better when he's had a few, you know? Okay, nice easy kill. And we get a blessing on our robust guy, which I think is just awesome. This is not good. I don't like this. Oh, hardcover's interesting, though. We're probably just dismantling that, honestly. Or maybe, honestly, it's just going to give us that armor card, which I don't even like. We're not dismantling that, we're selling it. 25% of the battery value is not batteries enough. Alright, we are taking the guides. It is worth taking the guides. Burst of gunfire. Who would have thought? Here, in our peaceful wasteland. Apparently it's more likely than you think. We don't need you right away. I think I'm going to hold the dozer, though. It's a play we might make next turn, maybe. Ooh. Think I like Union Sapper over the Raider here? Yeah, 9 health is not a different number of attacks from these two. I think that's reasonable. Which means I'm probably just going to not play the Raider at all. That was a good draw. Okay. Not a big deal. Also not a big deal. Does change our number of critical attacks, but... Alright, well... Am I going to let my Explorer take 2 damage? And he's not yet wounded. I think I am. I think I'm not gonna beam. This thing's just gonna deal 2 damage to that rock. No, I am gonna beam. Wait, all tiles in target enemy row. I'm not allowed to target the row by selecting this guy, I guess? It's still gonna hit them all though, right? That's weird. Why would it not let me play it on that space when it has the same effect as playing it on the space next to it? No. Establish damage on the enemy first. Then if we have time, we go back and we get the box. They don't have the power to kill it right now anyway. And I don't think we're going to need Riot. Preparation's interesting. Okay, that's terrible. That's just a really awful play. That makes it better. That makes it even better. Alright, congratulations, you're figuring it out. I mean, that's a big dude. How do we want to cope with that issue? So preparation would allow us to play... Like, preparation on the Scavenger Savant gives us... Scavenger Savant this turn... No, sorry. Preparation on the Machine Guard would let me do a thing. Hey, we do have lethal. And basically, I'm being a little greedy here. I'm trying to figure out if we can... Beam doesn't let us hit this row, unfortunately. Let's see. If we do this attack, Light Blast right here, and then beam this row, we'll pop this guy back a space. He'll be able to trade for my guy trivially or hit me. And then we're left without the ability to deal the final 3 damage and nothing on the table. I think we just have to not take the trade-off for getting this is considerable. Again, like, we're in a position here again where if we had energy reload, this would be completely trivialized. Energy reload is maybe the best ability. It might well be. Am I willing to take some damage for some altruism? Well, it's not just an issue of damage, though, right? It's an issue of losing our board state completely. Think the answer is yes? We want to build up these points early. I may have been undervaluing them. So we just play Scavenger Savant and hope that he is enough to get the job done. Play him in front of the Union guy, maybe? Alright, we're gonna try it like this. I'm gonna cycle out the Machine Guard. Okay, Phalanx was an alright draw. If they want to just go to my face, I have all this armor. Okay, apparently what I need to do is trust the armor. Well, you know, I do this thing. Yeah, armor's really valuable, because the the AI is super bloodthirsty for your face more than your position, it seems like. But only sometimes. We totally do have them attack units in a very coordinated way sometimes. Alright, I have no problem with that. Sorry, we have to go to camp, right? What do we want to... What is the bonus that we want? Extra leader card. 2 health to your leader. I bet we don't need to use the Halusansi yet. But a little bit of healing wouldn't go amiss. Now, let's take the leader card. That will probably end up saving us more health than the 2 health. Alright, let us go forth and... Ah, man, the fever subsided, but their other symptoms had worsened. Their skin started to turn blue and was itching terribly. Also, they were racked by terrible pain, and kept the rest of the convoy up at night with their moans. We are not expelling them. We are going to take care of them until they are better. A giant walking machine sat next to the road on its haunches. It looked to have recently wandered here and then powered down. We approached carefully, to see if we could maybe scavenge or make our way around it when it powered up again with a stutter. Ah, it wants our energy. And then we had to fight Truckosaurus. Interesting. Okay, so he is effectively has 27 health, unless we can find a really huge burst of damage. Honestly, that's not that big of a deal. I don't really care about that. We definitely don't need 2 bolsters. Phalanx is not probably a right now kind of guy. Alright. What does this do again? Attacker gains 1 energy. It's pretty good. The worker swarm's a lot less good when there are only 2 columns, which is why we only draw it in battles where there's 2 columns, it feels like. I think I'm just gonna play this Explorer, and then maybe use this to play the Scavenger Savant in front of him, potentially. I'm gonna cycle out the Hide for right now. Okay. Boy, it sure is the case that everybody in this wasteland has 100 spike traps. Okay, Scorch is not too bad. Do I want to Light Blast? It is pretty efficient. It does not... Well, you know what? I could Light Blast to destroy the bottle and then play the Worker Swarm. Obviously not in front of the Sniper. That's not too bad. Create for myself a little bit of positional advantage. And I think we'll just hold our cards for... You know what? Blockade could probably go. Okay, Company Agent's pretty good. Well, he was a little bit better before they had a 5-4. We could beam that row and then trade 1 hit of the Worker Swarm for this guy. I think that's my play. It's only 1 point of damage worse than directly attacking with the Worker Swarm, and it also gives me all of that advantage. All of that extra play. And then, do I want to... I think I am going to bolster my Sniper. We're going to make him a very effective sniper. So this guy's going to get his 10 health, which is fine. We have him under control, I think. I would like to believe. And let's hope he doesn't manage to kill my drone swarm. Okay. Not a good thing to destroy, I don't think. That guy's name is Laserface. I like his naming convention very much. So we deplete Laserface, obviously. You can have that back. And then... Union Sapper... I probably should have played the Union Sapper in front of the Sniper. And do I want to attack with you, or do I want to move you back to the front to make you advantageous again? If we attack with you right now, he goes down to 12, and we don't quite have 12 damage. But we do have 10 damage, so if we go for the attack now... Let me scrap this riot. It's not impossible that we could draw our other beam. So we might miss lethal for a turn by doing this, but it's not likely enough, I think, for me to be concerned about it. We don't have that many spells that go to the enemy's face. We're getting such good use out of all this armor. Okay, so... There's not really a reason to kill the Dozer. Bolstering doesn't really get us in... Yeah, I think we just go to the face with everybody. And then I play, like, Phalanx in front of the Sniper just in case he wants to get cute with a bolster or something, make it so he can't get a kill there. Or I suppose we could just Heavy Slug him. What are the odds that it's going to matter much? Because if he plays something big with Taunt and we don't have the Heavy Slug, I guess I'm going to be kind of bummed out. Oh, okay, just kill him, I suppose. I should have done that first, because now we're not going to get a blessing where we could have gotten a blessing otherwise, but I still think it's worth it to just kill him. Why run any more risk? That's a rocket launcher. That's phenomenal! What an extremely good weapon! Holy crap! Yeah, we're going to equip the rocket launcher, I think. We're only a short distance away from Pit 9. We passed a heavily fortified checkpoint where we were searched and briefly interrogated, then descended into the large valley. Alright. Feels pretty good. So let's make sure that we remember to equip our thing. Yeah, Hasty Blast is an awfully good leader power to have. It only costs 2 energy. Jesus. Jesus, what a good item. And then... do we want to... I wasn't really thinking about it. No, there's still a chance that we'll play a guy with cost 6 or more, right? We have 1. These are so similar. We only have the 1 sniper, too. We play that sniper a lot more than we play the 6 cost guy, though. Yeah, I'll swap over for now. We have enough batteries to level up. We haven't hit the market yet. Let's do that. Okay. So what can we purchase here? Well, they have another rocket launcher. They have a force shield. Sanctuary's okay, I guess. Follower with cost 2 or less attacks, push it. Huh. That's... so the idea is that you play a bunch of your followers in a single line, and then you just have them attack and, like, swap. That way only the one in front is actually vulnerable. They also do have the technopathic ammunition. Oh man, it disassembles into a good oh man. Oh man, what a good card. I hate to be boring, but like it's the best leader ability we've seen by so much. By such a huge margin. Sorry. There's also the rocket launcher thing. That's also very good. Alright, let me go look at the followers. When attacking, deal 1 damage to all the target's neighbors. Set the life of all other followers to 1. Huh. That's an interesting guy. End of any turn, if you have armor, lose 1 armor and gain plus... okay, this guy gets +1/+1. And that's certainly interesting. Also, I do like a brawler. It's a bit of a low health brawler, though. I think we maybe don't need to buy any of these guys. Hardliner's pretty... wow. Hardliner's a 4 cost 5/5 with a positive ability. Okay, I want... you should get into my deck. Please do that. And you're like... you're fine. You're legendary, and that kind of makes me want to... I guess... yeah, that's a lot of batteries, though. That's a lot of batteries, and we still want to buy that ammunition. Alright, I think that had to happen. So let's probably sell off some of this equipment. We have too much equipment. Oh, right, the ammunition's a weapon. I'm going to hold on to it. Even though we are not getting any benefit out of it right now. I want both of these cards. We'll level up a bunch. We'll figure it out. Speaking of, we will eventually unlock that second weapon slot. Of these, I think a deplete I like the most. Blackout's useless a large percentage of the time, and preparation is like only once in a great while. Is it worth the tempo loss? But we play deplete all the time. And then we could drop, to be perfectly honest, there's a non-zero chance that what we're dropping is that other blackout. It could be hide as well. Hide definitely does stuff some of the time. Maybe it's riot. Yeah, riot's just like... on average... you want riot if on average your convoy cards are better than the opponent's convoy cards, which may be the case for us. And it's a good way of refilling if we run out, and then like the cards we refilled with are potentially very powerful. Maybe it's a bolster. Bolster's fine at best. Yeah, I think we have a bunch of cards that are like fine at best. Alright, so for right now, we're going to run these two pieces of equipment. There's definitely something to be said for leveling up again, which would be another 10 batteries. It goes up to 15 at some point, right? So if we sold one of our luxuries, perhaps... I don't really feel comfortable doing that. We could sell the ballistic shield. I don't think I want challenge. I think I'm okay selling this thing and using that to level up. Fleet preparation or heavy slug? Well, it's not preparation, I'll tell you that. We'll take the heavy slug. It's similar to deplete, except that it might draw them a different card. So you mostly want to use it on something that's very good, in which case it'll be better than deplete, because they'll draw a worse card, in theory. And I think I'm going to drop the hide. Hide's cute, but, well... Hide does let us reset the amount of damage on a guy, which is meaningful. Maybe it's just preparation. You know, we almost never actually want to play preparation. Okay. And we unlocked a second equipment slot, which is going to go here. And now if we get more drone-y type stuff, I mean, we could run the signal relay now. And now when we play a 6-cost guy, we get 2 2-1s. I'm okay with that. Do we have, is it 1 6-cost? Yes, we need to heal the cast overseer. Throw him in the deck. Who's getting healed? I like the loyalist. I like this guy. We'll do... And then heal me, and I'm at full now, so we'll heal the other guys. Okay. Hey, look at that. Full rest. And we still have events to do here, and maybe some people get rewounded and we can heal them up. Let's go to the works. We do not have a rare or better bandit follower, sadly. Down in the center of the pit, there were several massive holes, each swarming with workers. Let's sneak in. It did not work. It kind of worked. We snuck in, we're in the middle of a tunnel. Listen, I could read the text, but who wants to do that? We found a gigantic mining machine that was oddly corroded. When we approached it, a swarm of tunnel beasts hissed. There was no other way but to... there was no other choice but to fight our way out. I was gonna say all of the words in the sentence, but, you know, they weren't gonna be in the right order, necessarily. Okay, you guys are all not good first turn plays. I have made our convoy deck a little bit on the expensive side, I guess. Okay, that guy's not super dangerous. He has become slightly more dangerous. But only slightly. I think we're going to do this, and then just play the machine guard in front of the raider. So I wonder, will the autogun actually work from behind people? This is do 2 damage to the first target in the opposing row. It doesn't actually say that it needs to be in the front of my row. We're going to experiment with it. We're going to try some stuff. Oh, I could have scrapped. I should have scrapped the scavenger. The odds are very poor that we are going to play him. Okay. Let's... trying to figure out how I want to do this. I'm going to play the autogun here. And then we're going to deplete, probably, one of the black scalegrams, I think. I could also just hasty blast. Yeah, that's probably what I ought to do. I'd just hasty blast here. And then do that. And you cannot attack anything. I'm a little afraid to move her in front of the autocannon, just in case, so I guess she's not going to do anything here. I think the autocannon's just going to shoot this rock, though. Which means I didn't actually have to spend our guy to... Yeah, that was... I lost sight of the plan. Well, okay, so it totally works even if we have stuff in front of it. You are just going to go back to hand. We're going to move you up to here. And do nothing else? Let's, okay. We have made them really not want to play in the top row, which definitely has some value. Uh-oh. Wants to play leader cards. Nope, he just wants to waste cards for no reason. Well, he's allowed, I guess. That's a thing that you're technically allowed to do. You should go back to hand. And then we have 3 damage, and we have a kill next turn. And I guess I can play this Explorer too. Why not? Feels pretty alright. Let's drop you. Can't imagine we'd draw anything relevant there. But this must be very frustrating for him. He just wants to get to play with his bull. At this point, he has spent so much energy on it. Alright, you have the kill. You do have the kill. A wound. A most grievous wound was taken. Wait, what am I doing? Well, I guess I don't really have a choice here, right? I could... This thing's not a unit, sadly. So yeah, there's no way to give the damage to her. Alright. Easy enough. After we had slain the last of the beasts, we tended to our wounds and searched the surrounding areas. There were a surprising number of useful items. Okay, sure. Smoke bomb, which is... fine. Probably not a thing we'll use. Negation relay. When an enemy unit suffers blackout, they also suffer -2/-0. Interesting. Probably not interesting enough to keep in our equipment. Like... I guess you eventually have 4 slots, right? Once you have 4 slots open, you can run really niche garbage like that. I may just dismantle it, though. Infect is a good card. I'll totally play an Infect. We got XP and also batteries, so let's spend those things. Stun all followers. That's interesting. While stunned, a unit does not deal damage in retaliation. That is very potentially powerful. Then again, so's Blinding Spray. Think I like Blinding Spray better? We already have a version of this effect. This is a Blackout card that's useful as... Like, the core problem with Blackout is that it doesn't do anything most of the time. This always has some use. Yeah, I think that other card's cool, but it's not cool enough. Alright, and here we want to be careful about dropping too many low-cost cards. In fact, we've already probably dropped too many low-cost cards. I think I'm going to get rid of Riot, because we never seem to actually need it. As much as like we have the right deck for it, it's just not valuable enough. Alright, how about the slopes? We moved on from our camp to the main living quarters on the slopes, so we could sell some of our food. Hanging out will probably earn us some points or something. Okay, or a little bit of hope. I figured, like, we're not actually desperate for the batteries. Here we are at the large entertainment district. We don't need to hire help, so let's just keep gathering points for the moment. We go to the gigantic crane. Political center of the Pit 9. It's home to the Fist. Do we want to run up to the control center, or do we just want to people watch? Let's go do this. Hey, we need to let Marna speak to the guards. She's a scrapper. She knows a thing or two. You want in? Well, we may have something for you. There we were brought to see an agent of the Union, black tech sleeve covering her right arm and hand. Ah, a problem with unruly citizens. I want you to go talk some sense into them. I'm going to accept this. I don't really want to do the thing they want us to do here, but I'm kind of curious if we'll have the opportunity to betray them once we actually go talk to the citizens, which I'd be super down for. Nope. Apparently as soon as we showed up, the fight happened. Well, I don't feel great about that. I also don't feel great about them going first. I'm gonna scrap you. Just you. Alright, that's not the end of the world. I don't much care for this whole situation. Well, I guess we get to play our sniper here and then we'll just eat some damage. There's no reason for me to do... I mean, we could... Hasty Blast is probably premature. We'll Hasty Blast later. Let's just establish the sniper and then scrap the Mendicant. Alright. A Dozer's fine. Ooh, that's bad. And then replace the obstacle. I don't know if I think that was very good use of cards. It was funny, though. I'll give him that. Alright, well, I think we are, in fact, playing this Dozer, huh? Or... No, I think now, given how depleted the hand is, now is when I want a Hasty Blast. I'll just throw down my rocket launcher shot, and we'll drop a Union Sapper? No, let's get the Gladiator established first, but in a position where we can throw stuff in front of him if we need to. Because yeah, like scouts and stuff, there's a lot of good uses for a man with first strike. Also, sometimes he just gets exploded by a grenade. That can happen. Well, is it Light Blast and a Dozer? Maybe. Yeah, probably. I guess I don't really need to blow this guy up. I might hold off and see if we can get a little luckier with the Light Blast. Let's swap you out. Okay, Blockade might end up being relevant here. Maybe. That was a pretty damn good card to draw. So we do have some good efficiency here. As it doesn't really. Sorry, we have to play this like this. Dozer gets to eat that guy, and then we get to play. I think the Worker Swarm here. It can eat through the barrier and then help us fight. And do I want to reset my Dozer? I wouldn't be able to play him again this turn, but... No, he's fine. I want him out there for the damage. Okay, that didn't do anything at all. So... Heavy Slug one of them, deplete the other one. Something like that. So we're definitely going to do this. And then... I could instead just play Porcupine Piranha. Like still deplete one of them, but use the Porcupine Piranha to prevent them from attacking. They're unlikely to be able to stop it. But also, Cast Overseer is available and is a fun card. Now we gotta do something. We gotta manage this a little bit. So Porcupine Piranha plus deplete one of them is all of my energy, basically. If I did Piranha plus hide and then immediately replay this dude. Like let's go to your face right now. Hide and replay costs 3? Yeah. Then we have 5 left. So I mean I could just... That's actually fine. Porcupine Piranha here. And then... Yeah, I think I do want to just like make their lives miserable. let's deplete this guy. Yeah. Because if he attacks and deals and takes 1 damage, then we could potentially top deck beam. And I think the odds that we're going to play this Union Sapper are basically 0. This is not your fight. You don't suffer under the Union's rules, someone called out. Let us leave. Our fight is with the agents of the Fingers, not you. Okay, yeah, I want to, I would like to change sides, please. Well, why do you fight the Union? The Union rules with an iron fist. Everyone is equal, except for the committee. They sit up in their crane, living in luxury while we break our backs working in the mines. They may not call it slavery, but it's not much different. It's just like slavery with extra steps. It was different once, my gran told me, but now nothing will ever change if we don't fight. Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that, man. So I took a little bit of damage, but we did get the smallest amount of bread I've ever seen. We entered the cramped warehouse, talking to the rebels, learning more about their story, when suddenly Union guards appeared in the doorways. We had been followed. We could hear the agent's voice again. A disappointing outcome. More bodies for us to dispose of. Okay, that's a lot of altruist points. And the fight began. Enemy goes first. Ooh, that's... okay, that's a bad one. I don't much care for that. I do like some of these starting cards, though. The Mendicant's not amazing right now, and we might not... yeah, I don't need Blockade right this second. Okay, so we want to be real cautious about scrapping stuff. You cowards! Okay, that's also annoying. So what's your deal? Incite +1/+0. Okay, so we want to incite before we attack with him, so he can remove his cover. I think I'm just going to do this. Let him eat the cover, and then we're going to play our Slave Gladiator and hope he doesn't get killed. If he sticks around, you know, we're in, like, an interesting position with him. You monster. Okay. Well, that's the last time that's gonna work. And then we just deplete this guy who's too expensive for what he does, right? Go to the dome, and we don't scrap anything. Okay, not too bad. So you're dead. Obviously, we're going to take the blessing on our first strike guy. Okay, so we've taken on some fugitives here. A warden. Wow, that's an interesting... that's a bad card. And then also, Union Grenadier. Fury, deal 4 damage to all obstacles in the opposing row. Huh. Why is this guy so bad? When not wounded, he's a 3-cost 3/6? A Dozer's only a 4-cost 3/6. And he doesn't heal the enemy leader for 5. I don't know. Weird guy. With the agent and her forces defeated, we quickly fled the battlefield. The rebels led us through back alleys into a hideout in the gallows. In panicked tones, they talked about their next moves against the Union and what to do with us. At least we can trust them. But can they help us? Well, this is not their fight, and yet, we do help you. I'm so glad we got a hold of this guy. He's been very useful so far. We could teach them a few new tricks that might help their cause in the future. As thanks, they shared some of what they could with us. That's a huge amount of altruist points we've gained over the course of this event. Oh yeah, that's right. There was a thing to do in Pit. Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that. We're learning stuff all the time. So, we now have another thing to sell. And then, do I want to sell off some of this other stuff? It's almost not even worth selling the negation relay. If we dismantle it, we'll get like 1 whole battery, which we still may do. I think man, this also does not sell for anything. These are all really crummy. Well, given that it only sells for 4 batteries, it's almost not worth doing. But also, I just don't think it's any good. Like, I don't want a defend in my deck. Yeah, let's get rid of that. So, we probably want to heal the followers more than we want to heal our own health. And that healed everyone who was in our deck, and then, yeah, also the Warden is here. Those guys seem crummy. Those dudes we just took on seem real bad. Alright, so is there anything else that we want? We could hire... Like, that Signal Bearer seems alright. At the end of any turn. So you play him, and then he's 6/4 immediately. And then he becomes potentially 7/5 at the end of the enemy's turn. It's actually pretty good, though. Alright, I'm going to take him too. Welcome to the team. Plus, we need more guys who don't cost 100. We're in a place that's so dire on unit costs that I'm looking at a 4-coster and going, that's pretty good. So, who do we probably have too many high-cost cards here. We need to get something out of there. You know, the Scavenger Savant, I'm never, like, happy to see it. It's always fine. I'd rather have Company Agent, I think, most of the time. Yeah, alright. We're still very 3-heavy. We just had, like, one weird bad experience. I think this is good. I think we're in a good spot here. So let's leave camp. We could go down here and potentially visit a Hermit's Sanctum. Or there's a Gladiator camp this way. The Hermit's Sanctum might be... I can't remember the name of the Shrika. The Hermit's Sanctum could be where Shrika is. Maybe we could actually bring Shrika over. Although that might have required believer points, which we can't. Well, whatever. I think we're going to go this way. I'm more interested in dealing with the machinists than I am with more bandits. So, this is our route, and also the end of our journey for the day. Thank you all so much for watching. We've had a very productive one here. Come back next time, tomorrow, to see how I can take 200 food into the second area and still find a way to lose. And we'll see you then.